How's it going, everyone? Got quite a lot to talk about in this video. A lot of discussion around this Sony PlayStation Store monopoly and them facing a massive lawsuit. We'll talk all about that and Cyberpunk 2077. Of course, it's getting its Ultimate Edition. Unfortunate news attached to the PlayStation 5 version of the Ultimate Edition. The content, all of it, Phantom Liberty, will not be on disc. It is on disc on Xbox Series. We have some reasoning as to why that is on PlayStation 5. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But as noted on WCCF Tech, Sony will face a mass lawsuit in the United Kingdom that could possibly cost them up to $5 billion. That's $7.9 billion US. The lawsuit was filed on August the 19th. A renowned champion of consumer rights and co-founder of Consumer Voice on behalf of the 8.9 million PlayStation consumers located in the UK. According to the claim, Sony abused its near monopoly of digital sales through the PlayStation Store, charging excessive prices for both game sales and in-game purchases, while also exacting a 30% commission from developers and publishers. The claim also says these prices are disproportionate to the costs incurred by Sony when providing these services to its consumers. Yesterday, the Competition Appeal Tribunal ruled in favor of Alex Neil, who did start this, allowing the group legal action to go to trial. This is the first step in ensuring consumers get back what they're owed as a result of Sony breaking the law. It is significant that the competition court has recognized Sony must explain its actions by ordering them to trial. PlayStation gamers' loyalty has been taken advantage of by Sony, who has been charging them excessive prices for years. With this action, we are seeking to stop this unlawful conduct and ensure consumers are compensated. Now, this is something that I had actually kind of talked about in previous videos, not necessarily of the mindset that, hey, this is something that really needs to be taken care of or anything like that, but when you look at stuff being prioritized for a digital consumer base, the reality of the situation that your Sonys of the world and even publishers themselves, when they're selling games digitally, they are generating much more revenue and much more profits, and have they sold it to consumer through a middleman. I'd always mention this, how it was advantageous, of course, for a Sony or a Microsoft to sell their games digitally because they're gonna generate more revenue and they're gonna collect a larger share of the profits. And on top of that, with Sony, you know, having all of these third-party partners, they just collect whatever it may be. The 30%, that's the same case with Steam and Valve. What we had always heard was it was 30% that they were collecting. However, none of that increase in terms of profits and revenue ever actually comes back to the consumer in terms of offering better price points. Now, the thing is, I hear a lot of people sometimes say, why aren't games digitally priced better than they are in their physical counterparts? Like, why is a game like Assassin's Creed Mirage, let's take for example, why is it $50 on the PlayStation Store and $50 at your local Best Buy or Walmart, given that they're gonna make more money off selling it on the PlayStation Store? Well, the issue with actually selling the game at, let's say, $30 or $40, even though they could do that and they would generate the same amount of revenue, first of all, they want to generate more revenue, but at the same time, the bigger picture on this is you can't undercut your retail partners. What would a Walmart, what would a Best Buy think if, hey, they're holding these games for you and they're selling these games at their retail, their brick and mortar stores, but at the same time, their partner in Sony is turning around and selling these games at a cheaper price point on their own storefront, or in, you know, Assassin's Creed Mirage's case, it would be Ubisoft, but I don't know who decides on the price point exactly, but you get the idea on why that could be something that you really can't do, and why that could be something that would irritate your Best Buys and your Walmarts of the world. Should Neil succeed in the upcoming legal battle, every UK consumer who purchased a digital game or add-on via the PlayStation Store between August 19, 2016 and August 19th of 2022 could be entitled to damages between $67 and $562. At this stage, consumers don't have to join the case yet, though they can sign up for the claim's official website to stay informed about its progress. While a completely different lawsuit, it's interesting to see that many of the same arguments used by Epic in their legal fight against Apple and Google are being proposed in this lawsuit as well. A lot of this is a lot of nuance that I'm pretty sure most people won't be able to comprehend. The claim also says these prices are disproportionate again to the costs incurred by Sony when providing these services to its customers. So, you know, it's Sony making as much money as they possibly can, but I do question, why is this exclusive to Sony? Maybe it's because they are the console leader at this stage of the game. I don't know why this would be something only would be prioritized with Sony, and especially with the region that we're talking about. Sony definitely has a stronger foothold there over Microsoft, so that's something to consider as well. But that'll be an interesting story to play out. I do question whether or not this will be one of those headlines you read and then it just kind of goes to the wayside for months and months or years, and then it'll be randomly brought up and then totally forgotten about, but we'll see ultimately how it does shake out. Lastly, I do want to note, CyberPunk 2077, the Ultimate Edition, is coming a lot sooner than I expected. It'll be coming December 5th, so this is something that a lot of us knew would eventually be coming. It includes the base game as well as the Phantom Liberty expansion. All of that content in one package for $60. It's very, very good that they're doing this, not because, like, the $60 price tag, it is what it is from a value standpoint. It's pretty decent. You know, basically, Cyberpunk 2077, the game itself, goes for like $30 on sale. Phantom Liberty is $30 standalone, so $60 is about what you would pay anyway. However, because they're releasing this Ultimate Edition, now if you're really a penny pincher, not even a penny pincher, it's just going to be advantageous for you to wait even longer, because now you have something that directly can go on sale, and you'll get both Cyberpunk 2077 and the Phantom Liberty, meaning that eventually, 6 months, a year down the line, this Ultimate Edition is going to be down to $30, $40, and at that point, that's a great pickup. Now, unfortunately, the PlayStation 5 version of Phantom Liberty, or the Ultimate Edition, I should say, does not have the Phantom Liberty DLC on disc. On Xbox Series X and S, the physical edition does come with everything on disc, and apparently the issue is on Sony's end rather than CDPR. According to Digital Foundry's John Linneman, Sony mandates building a separate game SKU should developers want to release its DLC on disc later down the line. He claims to have heard about this issue from other developers, although neither CD Projekt Red nor Sony have commented in this particular instance. When a follower asked if building a new SKU is a lot of work, Linneman said that he believes CDPR would have to recompile Cyberpunk 2077 with the DLC included as a separate version, which means resubmission to Sony. He reckons that costs time as well as money. Just to clarify, it's on disc on Xbox, PS5 has a code included, and PC is downloadable as well. PC, obviously, the downloadable version makes a lot of sense. I don't think we're expecting, you know, you get the idea on why it's downloadable on PC, but it being on disc on Xbox is great, because that means if you do want to lend it to a friend, you just lend them the copy and they get Phantom Liberty as well. On PlayStation 5, it's going to be a case of, if you lend them the game, all they're going to be getting is Cyberpunk 2077, the base game, and the DLC, of course, will be a voucher code that will be redeemable to specific accounts, which is a little bit of a bummer. But that is going to do it for me. Again, huge lawsuit when it comes to Sony and the PlayStation Store based on its pricey $7.9 billion lawsuit there. And as far as Cyberpunk 2077 goes, a bummer with the Ultimate Edition not having the DLC on disc on PlayStation 5, but looks like it's more of a Sony issue than a CDPR issue. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.